Blessings, blessings, blessings. Hi, everyone. Sevante here with the amazing. I'm so gifted and honored to have her here. Aurora Medway-Smith is here. Uh, wow, where do I start with this beautiful being? Well, first off, today is a huge day to celebrate a great accomplishment. She's the lead author of the Energy Healers Oracle Tools for Total Transformation. Yay, it's here. It's out in the world. It's birthed, the number one. Well, you've had number one bestsellers, and made this one go number one as well, with all the work that everyone's put in, especially you and Miss Laura from Brave Healer Productions. Welcome to the show. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And hi, everyone. It's so good to be here.
So let's tell people where you are, even though it is midnight for you.
Well, I'm right in on the Greenwich Mean Time line. So I'm in London, in
Okay.
Greenwich. So it's midnight here. So it's
Yeah.
where time begins.
It's where time begins. And really, there's so much to talk about. And hi, Denise. Hi, Janelle. I'm so excited to be here with you. And how auspicious would it be that we're moving around on dates, and then here we decide on today, and it ends up being launch day. So this is not your first time doing this. You've had other number one bestsellers. You've had many books. Uh, is it always this exciting and like, oh my goodness, like birthing a new baby into the world? What's it like?
It's different every time, as
Hmm.
every child is different. That's exactly how it feels. It really is. And your wish for this baby, my wish for this book is that it creates a tsunami of healing around the world, because the energy is just phenomenal. Every author has brought such amazing stories, such amazing tools, and we are really blessed to have you within the book, Sevante.
Thank you. I said, I'm so excited that it all just, how, I don't even remember how. I just know that I knew the minute you and I were in connection that it was like full steam ahead. I was like, I want to spend some time with her and open up all these gifts. But thank you. I'm so glad to be in it.
Well, Spirit have made sure the that we have this cast of authors,
Yeah.
because this is what's needed in the world right now.
100%. And now let's talk, just take a step back. And Denise said she's just started reading it. And I have to say, if it's any indication, Angela, of what my students who took the level 2 course for the intuitive food therapy this weekend, I was guided to, when they were beginning their sharing time to read with one another, I was guided to instantly read your tool, and every one of them commented like they really, it took them to another level. And so I said, if that's any indication of what you can expect in this beautiful book with your helming it, they're in for a wonderful journey of healing. There's no question. And I can't wait for everyone to read all 20.
Yeah, we're just so lucky, and there are authors from everywhere in the world. I mean, almost every time zone we have an author from. It's been quite difficult getting everybody together for the meetings, but it's just how it was meant to be.
Yeah, it's spectacular. How did you get was it a guidance? Were you thinking about it for a while, or how did you come up with the idea to do this gathering? Because the authors are all so unique.
Mm.
The tools, their stories, you really gathered a powerhouse, a global powerhouse. And I'm just wondering how, for the audience who want to know, like, how did you assemble all of us together? How did you find us?
I don't take any credit for it at all. It was Saint Germain's idea, and that's who, not just him, but obviously the other guides. Everybody's guides have had something to do with it. but Saint Germain is one of my primary guides, and this isn't the first book that was his idea. There have been others, but this was his latest project, and he's really happy with the way it's going at the moment.
Oh my goodness. So for those of you who are listening, let's talk about that. You're a master healer, practical mystic. You spend a very dedicated time talking to the higher realms and connecting in with your guides. And Saint Germain's one of yours. Do you maybe just want to share a little bit about that connection? Because I've shared with my community that I'm working with you on a collaborative project in addition to this, and really spending some time with the angels and archangels. And a lot of your work and your books are what I'm working with now to move forward my intuitive food therapy. So just maybe some background on your whole connection to your, divine um, team of angels, including, of course, Saint Germain.
Okay, but it's a long story.
All right. However you can breathe,
I'll
I'm
try and
sure
keep it.
you'll have
Yeah,
it
I'll try and
perfect.
keep it short. So I started working with spirit almost 40 years ago now. I started as a spiritual healer when I was in my early 20s, and for a long time, it was the only healing modality that I used. I was doing professional readings back in the late 80s. I taught intuitive development in Australia for the first time in 1990. So I've been around a while. But I did other work as well because we had a mortgage, we were raising kids. So I used to run a charity for people with mental health problems. And so I did my healing in the background. And so basically I was doing that for sort of 20 years or so. And then, as they do, spirit maneuver things. And I turned around to my husband and said, I don't want to do this anymore. I went to work full time doing my healing and my readings. And he's amazing. He just said, oh, whatever makes you happy. And so it just all sort of started snowballing from there. Very quickly, I started teaching in my local area. And in one of the classes that I was teaching, I used to teach a 22-week intuitive development class. So, real good grounding for people. And in one of the classes, I just started channeling, and Saint Germain dropped in to talk to my students. And it kind of developed from there. About, I'd say, 6 months later, I was doing this work a lot. So it was my full-time work. About 6 months later, because the other thing I did is I organized spirit festivals, mind, body, spirit festivals. And I was at a festival, and Saint Germain came in and said to me, I want you to gather these people, and they're going to sit with you while I channel. And basically he was getting me ready for channeling all of the different masters and all of the different angels that I work with in the collective, they're the patrons of the divine rays and the sacred flames.
Mm-hmm.
So
And can I just, oh, sorry. I do, whether you want to share it now or later, if you want to maybe elaborate on the difference between the rays and the sacred
Sure.
flames. If this is a good time or later, but I do want to make sure that our listeners understand that, because you've written a couple books, and they've heard of other people who brought forward sacred flames, divine rays.
Yeah. Okay. So we've had access to the sacred flames, or we've known about as a human collective since time immemorial, but more recently, since the end of the 19th century, when Helena Blavatsky started working with the Ascended Masters Joel Kuhl and Saint Germain. And then going through the 20th century, we've got Alice Bailey, Godfrey Ray King, the prophets, Elizabeth and Claire Mark
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
Elizabeth Clare Prophet.
profit.
And then in the early 2000s, then Aurelia Louise Jones.
Yes, and then
They,
a lot of my community know her work because that's what I
yeah, fabulous work, fabulous work. However, in 2012, the whole vibration of the planet changed, and we had access to many, many more sacred flames and divine rays. And this happened through channeling from somebody else, a dear friend of mine, Edwin Courtney. And since then, all of these masters have been stepping forward around the planet, giving lots of different information to different people. Saint Germain works with different people in different ways. So going back to the original question, the sacred flames, right, okay. So the pure light of the divine is clear light. And as every school child knows, when you put clear light through, when you refract it through glass, then or through a prism, you get a rainbow. Okay.
yeah.
So each of those colors, but there are more than 7 colors now, there are actually 28 different colors, different greens, different blues, different pinks and reds. Each of those different colors is one of the rays that shines down on our planet, bringing guidance, healing, access for personal development for all that there is, not just as human beings. But the esoteric power that drives those rays are the flames. So if you think about it, there's a ray kind of up there in the divine that is powering that, a flame that is powering the ray down that shines on us. And we can work with them in different ways. So the rays are great. It's very feminine energy, and they're great for bathing in, and they're more gentle. Whereas when you work with the flames themselves, it's a more masculine, direct energy, which is really good for healing.
Perfect.
So
It's so great you're explaining it to them, so when they see some of the future works, and it looks like Tina, who owns a metaphysical store in upstate New York, just said, I just received the sacred flames in the mail. Yeah, I told her about your book. So
oh wow, thank you so
and then
much.
yeah, the work's really profound. And I've always shared how the angels have a really a plan, a protocol, a suggestion of how we can keep our frequency at its best through food and what we put in it and how we nourish the body temple. And there's colors and days, and there's just ways to do it. So our alignment to work together and share how we can be at our highest is so wonderful. And so there's a lot to unfold. And I'm glad that you're here explaining those pieces to people who may not know those pieces yet and are still integrating all the great new wisdom coming onto the planet through you and through the people that you have been working with. My goodness. And you did a tarot, you did a oracle deck too. If you want, yeah, they
Yeah,
had some
I do. I have an accidental oracle deck. One of Kieran, who's one of the authors in our book, is a great illustrator, and I asked him to do the illustrations for the first book, the Book of Many Colors. And I sent him this little message and said, "Oh, could you do them in color for me? Because I'll be using them on some oracle cards." And within a couple of days, he literally sent me 50% of the deck done. It was nuts. It was completely nuts. He'd completely misunderstood me. Yeah, he'd completely misunderstood me because I was going to use them for something else. But yeah, it was amazing. So that's how the oracle deck got birthed.
Well, the funny thing is that this little mini deck that we did is also very accidental because I asked the printer to make me a demo of our regular size deck, and this little tiny thing came back, and I said, "That's not quite the size of the deck. And then I sat and, thought, well, no, there's never an accident. Everything's
Mm.
perfect. And I realized that how perfect for little hands, little children, or adults who have smaller hands, or travel, throw it in your
Yeah.
bag. And
Yeah.
this ended up being one of our most popular vehicles is the smaller deck. So everything is perfect, right?
Yeah. Yeah. There are no accidents.
There are no accidents. And I
Mhm.
really just want to encourage. Oh, Brandon's here. He's a wonderful medium from New York. I want to encourage those who are listening or watching tonight to let us know you're here. Let us know where you're from. And if you have any questions for Angela while she's here, and to um, really open up your heart to really seeing what we have to share here tonight. We're excited that Angela will be doing a wonderful meditation later. Oh, Tony's here. Tony got to hear your or read. I did your meditation this weekend in the course. She was there. But please let us know you're here and if you have any questions as we move along into this world of angels and ascended masters. And you call them patrons. Is that a different is that a different way of saying it? Or how would you explain patrons versus some of the other terminology?
Well, the patron is kind of the being who's in charge of the ray. It's their responsibility, it's their job. They're the head honcho, if you like. So, people know about the violet flame and they understand that Saint Germain is the patron or the leader, the
Yeah.
person in charge. But moving on to the violet flame chakra awakening, because we were going to talk about that later. Then
Yeah, or we can talk about it
yeah,
now.
it's a
What
good
you like.
yeah,
It's
it's a
perfect.
good time to talk about it now. So, we've had access to the violet flame since the time of Atlantis, when it was known as the damson flame. But this information was kept secret for many hundreds and thousands of years, hundreds of years in recent times. And it was only used by secret societies. It's become more, but again, since the late 19th century, early 20th century, we've had more access to this. However, in 2012, Saint Germain came through in a channeling to, again, this wonderful gentleman, Edwin Courtney, with information about an awakening that can be done to create a violet flame chakra within the human energetic system. And this is some work that you've done with me, Sevante.
Mhm.
So I know you're really excited to be telling people and teaching people about this.
I've had so many profound changes,
Mm,
shifts, and awarenesses since that time that it's palpable the changes in my life.
mm, mm.
That's why, in
Well,
addition to everything else.
yeah, well, the awakening does a couple of different things. It allows you access to the violet flame and the wisdom of the violet flame through all the times from Atlantis to the present day and across all dimensions. That's really, it's huge. But it also allows you
Yeah,
to
take
have
that in for a
access.
second, everybody.
Yeah. It also allows you to have access to rescue flames that can be used for healing, which are absolutely incredible, really high vibrational energies. Plus, seeing with the eyes of the soul, which is a method of connecting to your soul's wisdom and also temporarily connecting others to their soul's wisdom. So, it's absolutely huge. The Violet Flame Chakra Awakening is a phenomenal tool for personal development and for serving others, because the Violet Flame Rescue Flame Healing is now an accredited modality with the International Association of Therapists. So we have lots of souls around the world practicing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if anyone has questions on that, there will be more information forthcoming as we move along in this journey. Um, so can we circle back again to the book?
Yes. Yes.
Lisa, she was there this weekend. She just wrote, "I can't wait to read this book." Um, has anyone been reading the Energy Healers Oracle already? I don't know if there's some advanced readers here. I'd be curious to see which ones had stuck out for you. And Angela, the people who are in this book, have they been people you've known or spirit brought them in? Or I know that there's a certain group because there's not a whole lot of Americans, so I feel so very honored. And my dear friend Jenny, who's an amazing artist, so we feel so great to be part of the European group. But you said there's people from all over the world. Are
Mhm.
these people that have been part of your uh, community, or that they just found you somehow, some way? I don't know how that was cast.
Well, if I would say a handful, only a handful I've worked with before and
Hmm.
know very well. So Kieran Morgan is another of Saint Germain's
Yes.
people.
Yeah.
He
Right.
works with the violet flame chakra of the earth. He's the keeper of the earth's violet flame chakra. And Crystal Rose Addison, I've worked with for several years again as well. I met her through the Angelic Reiki Association a few years ago, and I was her first master teacher for divine energy healing, which was a modality that she brought through. Nikki Etta was actually one of my students. Yeah.
Wow.
Fabulous healer,
And
incredible.
and this Friday is actually an online book Zoom launch. And can you share a little bit about that? Because you're mentioning all these authors, and we're all going to be there celebrating. What can people what's an online Zoom launch for people who are wanting to meet some of these authors that they're now reading our stories?
um, so everybody gets a chance to talk about their chapter and introduce themselves, and it's great energy. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful energy. We've got prizes, and we will have prizes
Nice.
for people who show up live, and everybody talks about their chapter and what they're doing. And Laura's a master at this, and she sort of guides us through it and moves the energy forward and takes questions and stuff like that. So it's really cool.
So everyone's invited to this. So I know there's multiple time zones of people who listen to watch our show, and primarily U.S. So U.S., I believe it would be 10 a.m. and or Eastern at least. Eastern would be 10 a.m. And we'll have to post. We'll post the information, but I
If
believe it's 10 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, I've actually it's on the header on my Facebook page. I've got all the time zones on that header. So I was just trying to pull it up at the moment just so that I can see.
A lot of time
Uh,
zones.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, just a few. I've just got the US, mostly US and Central European time, because we've got Neshla from France, and so that a lot of people from Europe as well will be tuning in. It would be really difficult to put all the time zones on there.
My goodness. Well, I think if you know a couple of them, you're good. But anyways, if you do want to come, I know it is 10 a.m. Eastern, and there is a Zoom link for it, and it's going to be fantastic. Um, what did Denise say? Looking forward to hearing, which, yeah, I don't know, my spectacles on, and be immersed in the energies of the authors. Oh, fantastic. Uh, Speaking immersed in the energies, I know it's a little bit of a sidebar, but not all Americans uh, know the true extent of what is Glastonbury and what happens there and why it's such a unique part of the world. Here we would know Sedona, or
Mm.
we would know Mount Shasta, or there obviously that's an incredible sacred center. But I thought if you wouldn't mind, just from your perspective of what is Glastonbury? What is Avalon? What are the, some of us have been there. I've been there, and not everyone has. And I just thought maybe it would be great for you to shed a little bit of light on that experience of this location in the world.
Yeah, sure. So Glastonbury is the heart chakra of the world. And as with everything in our universe, we live in a polarized universe. So there's dark and there's light. And Glastonbury as a place attracts both of these energies, but primarily it is, so some people who are very, very sensitive find Glastonbury quite difficult because of the heightened energy and the
Mm-hmm.
heightened, and so everybody comes there with their stuff and dumps it, if you like.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got some amazing things that have happened in Glastonbury. It was the place that, if you go back to these scene times, and so the times of Yeshua, Mary Magdalene, Joseph of Arimathea, Mother Mary, every one of those people visited Glastonbury. And in fact, Joseph of Arimathea was one of the incarnations of Saint Germain. And he built a home for Mary Magdalene when she visited Glastonbury, because she was a regular visitor after the death of Yeshua. And there was a chapel, St. Margaret's Chapel was built on that place. And you can, in my retreats in Glastonbury, I hire the chapel and you can do meditations there. It's a place where there are powerful ley lines. So it's a powerful cross section of energy, ley line energy,
Mm-hmm.
and that's heightened in the tor itself. So there is a mound to the north of the town. Next to that mound is the most incredible sacred site, the Chalice Well Gardens, and stories say that Joseph of Arimathea buried the Holy Grail into the mountain. Oh, it's a hill, not a mountain. And at the time, two springs sprang up: the white spring, the feminine energy, and the red spring, the masculine energy. So I actually make aura mists from Chalice Well water to channeled recipes for the sacred rays. So I didn't share that with you yet, did I?
No, but I have chills up and down my arms as you said that. Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So it's
That,
an incredible. It's a very beautiful small West Country town
yeah.
that they also have a music festival there once a year just outside the town, which is
Yeah.
massive. This has
Massive.
massive, has been running 50 years, I think now.
It doesn't
Yeah,
have anything having to do with Glastonbury proper,
no,
which you're right.
no.
It is smaller, but boy, I just immersed myself there completely. It was
Yeah,
a,
there's an ancient abbey, it's a place where, um, Arthur, with the Avalon legends, so King Arthur was there. Um,
and I think I tell
certain,
you, we call my husband Merlin, and he is in that direct lineage. So all that speaks to us entirely.
well,
And
Merlin was actually from the town close to where I'm from in Wales.
ah, oh my
Yeah,
goodness, I have to tell him
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. He's
Well, go ahead.
yeah.
I
The town is called Carmarthen, and it's I was at a festival there last month, so it's
Well, speaking of ley lines and grid lines, I was sharing, I had been sharing with people a little bit about my fascination and desire to spend some time in Damanhur. Have you, and we had talked about, wouldn't that be incredible to create a venture that would allow people to go to Damanhur? And for those of you who are hearing this, ley lines and grid lines are creating these vortexes, these amazing sacred spots that are allowing us to really step into kind of this portal of higher realm connection. And there are a few really potent spots, and Italy, Italy is another one of those. But you hold retreats all over the world, correct? Or I know you just came back from Egypt. I don't know if you were doing a retreat. Were you doing a retreat or you were on a retreat?
I was told to go on a retreat to open a portal.
Okay.
Sounds really
See, there
mad.
you go.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I was told to. Yeah, it was really interesting. It's a really interesting story actually, because yeah, I did some work with Egyptian healing last year, and I kept having seen these Egyptian past lives, and kept getting this message: all roads lead to Hathor. And then all of a sudden there was one of my friends, somebody who I'd met at a festival the year before, posted up she was leading this retreat to Egypt, and they were going to the Hathor temple. And I met her in Glastonbury because I was going to Glastonbury, and that's where she lives. She's a teacher of the Magdalene. I'm also a teacher of Mary Magdalene Reiki. So
Oh,
I've got a yeah, and I had a life, I had an Essene life, and so I've got a big, huge connection with the Essenes, Egypt,
same.
Glastonbury.
Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah,
You know the book, Mary, Grandmother of Jesus. I don't even think
yes,
I've been able to, every time I get the book in, a friend needs to borrow it. It's like, it's just so, did you enjoy that book?
yeah, I did. I loved it.
Yeah. Oh my
Um,
God. That really was eye-opening. I felt like I was right there. It's like, oh, they're talking about, like,
yeah,
I was there. I was there.
yeah, I was there. I was there.
I believe it. I think we were there
Yeah,
together.
yeah, yeah, we were. Yeah, I'm sure we were.
Yeah.
I'm sure we were.
So that's a whole nother topic to talk about these scenes, but that's a good topic. But
Yeah,
anyway, yeah.
Egypt was amazing. So I wasn't holding a retreat there, but I was going to do something. But it was absolutely incredible. It turned out that apart from me, there was only one other person who spoke English on that retreat. And I think that was it. Everybody was French or Belgian.
Yeah.
And I think that happened on purpose, because what it meant was at every temple, I just excused myself and wandered off to do my own thing, which meant doing meditations and connections. And I had more time for that. It was amazing. But I've run retreats in Crete, in the UK, in the Dominican Republic with Nydia, one of the other ladies, one of the other authors. And she's planning a retreat program, a big retreat program. So she'll be doing some work in Egypt, and also Crete. That's what I met her. I met her in Crete when I was running a retreat in Crete.
You
So
have one coming up that you wanted to make mention of. Do you want to just share that now, and then we can get into your meditation here? Yeah.
yeah, great. So in the Energy Healers Oracle, I talk about the channeling of divine feminine Reiki. It's an Atlantean it's a frequency that has not been available to us since the time of Atlantis. And it came through Lady Portia, who was Morgan Le Fay in Arthurian times, and I've shared many, many incarnations with her. And she's like my sister. It's just, I feel as if my sister's here when I'm channeling her. And after I'd grounded, because the first job I had after I channeled the modality and was to teach it in Glastonbury. So because they wanted the frequency grounded in the heart chakra of the earth, that's what they wanted. And when I came back from that retreat, I was told that I need to go to Gozo, this tiny little island in the Mediterranean Sea next to Malta, which was the place that the priestesses of the Divine Mother from Atlantis fled to after the fall of Atlantis. And the temple still exists there. they're over 10,000 years old. And so I'm going there this September. It's called the Black Rose Goddess Experience, and I'll be teaching Divine Feminine Reiki on the retreat, and we'll be also doing some work in some of the temples there.
Oh my goodness.
So that's happening. Yeah, we'll be there, and we'll be doing the energy work we'll be doing is on 9/9. They love a portal.
Yeah, right. I would be there in a heartbeat. That is completely in alignment for me. I have a calling to do some sort of like a ministry work in India, in Nepal. I think I was sharing with you, but that sounds amazing. If people want to know about that, should they go to your website?
Yeah, there's a dedicated page on my website, so
Okay.
they only need to find my website, and they'll see it right at the top in the tabs there.
Beautiful. So, all right. Well, let's move into, before we conclude, this wonderful offering you have felt called to present to this community. I'm so excited and I'm so grateful. So maybe share a little bit what we get to experience.
Okay. So before I came on the call, I shared with Sevante that if I was to do meditation, I asked my guides who you ought to be connected with. So, and they chose the Archangel Haniel and the 66th ray, the ray of unconditional love. So you can see that this is the image of the oracle card. So you can see the symbol of this ray is very simply a pale pink heart. It's the pink of kunzite, that beautiful, beautiful crystal of the higher heart. And there's actually an affirmation that goes with these oracles, with the oracle cards as well. They're channeled, all of the affirmations are channeled. And the affirmation is, all is love. It's very, very simple. So before we start, I'll just share a little bit about the 66th ray, and so you've got a better understanding of what we're connecting to. So the 66th ray, as I said, is the ray of unconditional love, and it's powered by the flame of cosmic love. The symbol is the heart, the color is this kunzite pink, and the properties of the ray are unconditional love, the awakening of the higher heart. It's a place and an energy you can rest in of compassion, mercy, and empathy. It's the way and the wisdom of the Divine Mother. It can bring forgiveness, absolution, and a connection to the tapestry of life. It's also a frequency that you can tune into for animal communication and for emotional healing as well. But before we begin, I'll also read a little of the channeling from Archangel Haniel from the Book of Many Flames, which I've got here.
Thank you.
So in simple terms, beloved, all is love and love is all. Love is everywhere. It permeates the very fabric of existence, catches even the individual with the most hardened heart unawares. I, Haniel, am patron of the ray of unconditional love, guardian of the flame of cosmic love. The most profound, beneficial reason for invoking the flame of cosmic love is to invoke that love for oneself, awakening the energy point that is dormant for many, the higher heart. Once awakened, the true essence of the soul will shine, sometimes blindingly. Those who knew you before this awakening will wonder what has changed. As you channel cosmic love, your personal vibration increases, as does the potential for your soul's ascension. Repent misdeeds in this love. Deal with those issues of karma that hinder your ascension. Bring them to me, dearest one, and I will walk with you. She's giving us an invitation here, and so that is your invitation during this meditation. So I'm not able to share any music, which is unfortunate. So you've just had my voice. So just please make sure that you're seated comfortably. If you're able to lie down, fabulous. If you're seated, please place your feet on the floor, hands nice and loose in your lap. Make sure that your arms and legs aren't crossed. Roll your shoulders and gently move your neck just to remove any tension, and make sure your body is fully supported. Begin to take some deep breaths. Breathing in for 3. Breathing out for 3. Breathing in for 3. Breathing out for 3. Breathing in for 4. Breathing out for 4. Breathing in for 4. And breathing out for 4. Now breathing normally. Just be aware of your breath. And follow my voice. First, we'll relax and clear any stuck energy from your energy body and chakra system. Imagine your chakras as spinning wheels of light. First, bringing your attention to your crown chakra, allowing it to spin, releasing any stuck energy with your breath, and seeing any negative or stuck energy spitting off like tiny sparks, returning to Mother Earth to be repurposed, recycled and reborn. Now use your breath to move this relaxing energy down to your third eye, in the center of your forehead, allowing the chakra to spin. Breathing in light, breathing out, relaxing, releasing, cleansing, clearing, healing and harmonizing, allowing any negative or stuck energy to return to Mother Earth. With your next breath, bring this energy down to your throat. This beautiful blue chakra, the place of communication. With your breath, relaxing, releasing, cleansing and clearing, healing and harmonizing. Releasing all negative or stuck energy to Mother Earth. Be intuitive. Take as many breaths as you need at each chakra, allowing the chakra to spin freely. Now move this energy down over your shoulders, just relaxing and releasing down your arms, past your elbows, forearms, wrists, hands and fingers, releasing all tension, letting go. On the next breath, return your focus to your heart chakra, place where we store so much emotion. Relaxing, releasing, seeing the energy spit off into Mother Earth, releasing all that does not serve you. Healing and harmonizing. Taking as many breaths as you need here before you move your focus down to the solar plexus, this beautiful golden yellow center of courage. With your out breath, releasing all that does not serve you, relaxing, releasing, cleansing, clearing, healing and harmonizing. Sending any negative or stuck energy back to Mother Earth. Move your intention and your breath next to your sacral center, the center of creativity, beautiful orange. Seeing any negative or stuck energy being released and returned, recycled. Relaxing, releasing, cleansing, clearing, healing and harmonizing. With the next breath, move this relaxation down to the base of your spine and your root chakra. Relaxing, releasing, cleansing, clearing, healing and harmonizing. Now start to bring this relaxation down your thighs, past your knees, shins, calves, ankles, feet and toes. Releasing any negative or stuck energy back to the earth, our mother, to be recycled, repurposed and reborn. And now from this place of relaxation, I invite you to start putting some roots down from the base of your feet, weaving through the layers of earth, water, rock and crystal to the center of our planet, to a beautiful pale pink kunzite crystal, wrapping those roots firmly around the crystal kunzite, the first dimensional representation of the flame of cosmic love on our planet. Now with your breath, start to draw this energy up through your roots, breathing it first into your earth star chakra beneath your feet, moving it with your next breath up your legs into your root chakra, with your next breath up into your sacral chakra, with your next breath up into your solar plexus, And with your next breath, up into your heart chakra, and allow the energy to rest here. We now send our request to the divine, requesting that the ray of unconditional love be drawn around us. Seeing this pale pink curtain of light starting to flow down from the divine, moving through your transpersonal chakras, through your stellar gateway and soul star chakras above your head, and into your crown chakra where it fills the chakra. Breathing it down into your third eye. With your next breath, into your throat chakra. With your next breath, into your heart chakra, where it mixes and swirls with the energy of kunzite. This beautiful energy of the divine and energy of kunzite. Fill your heart. And now we're going to expand this energy with every breath. Breathing deeply on the out breath, intend that this energy moves up to the throat and down, filling the solar plexus. With your next breath, this energy moves up to the third eye and down to the sacral chakra, filling each of these energy centers. With your next breath, it moves upwards to your crown chakra, down into your root chakra. And with your next breath, up into the solar star chakra, at 15 inches above your head, and your earth star chakra beneath your feet. You're now enveloped in a bubble of divine ray energy. Feel the energy of unconditional love. And continue to use your breath to breathe it through the different layers of your auric field. Through the emotional body, the mental body, the spiritual body, and all of the etheric layers until you are completely encompassed, resting in this energy. Now is the time to connect to Archangel Caniel. Set your intention for your connection now. Whether this is simply to feel unconditional love, whether it is to repent misdeeds, whether it is to request assistance with your ascension, bring them to her. Repeating now, all is love, and asking Archangel Haniel to draw close with any message that she might have for you at this time. Beloved children of light, sisters and brothers, you are invited to sit within this divine energy whenever you wish. It is your birthright. Do not shy away. Take what you need from the divine rays. I leave you with my love and blessings. And now, beloveds, take some deeper breaths. Intend to reconnect to your physical body and full consciousness. Breathing some energy into your solar plexus and sacral chakras, sending roots into the earth to ground yourself. Begin to stretch and move, and when you're ready, open your eyes and return. Please do take some water, make sure that you're fully grounded, and especially before doing any driving or moving into using any machines. Thank you.
Thank you. So this is when the energy gets so strong, the color goes away. And this has only happened one other time when I was doing my interview with Krishna Das. Thank you. That was absolutely lovely.
Well, it wasn't me at the end. That was Archangel Haniel. So
of course.
Yeah,
that was just beautiful. Angela, thank you so much for being here. And thank you to everyone who, wow, looking at the time, just perfect to complete. Even that was perfect. We truly hope you enjoy the Energy Healers Oracle, Tools for Total Transformation, out today. Go on Amazon. You will be able to be gifted with that tool, that beautiful meditation in the book, and really take this book to your next level of ascension, your next level of healing, your next journey of wherever you want to go and whatever you want to be. I can say, as being one of the authors, it's been a true honor to be working with Angela and all the colleagues that I've come to know And I really invite you to enjoy this book and spend some more time with Angela. We'll have other, I'm sure, occasions for you to connect with her. Do you want to share your website, Angela, and then how they can get the book? We know it's on Amazon. They just have to look up Energy Healers Oracle in the search.
Yeah. The Energy Healers Oracle, Tools for Total Transformation, or if they look up my name on Amazon as the author, it's on my bookshelf. So that might be a quicker way.
Yeah, your author's page, I think, or however it's called.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, just thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure, Sevante. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Same, same. Why don't we give them your website as well?
Oh
So
yes,
they
of course.
can
Sorry.
you.
So
No, no worries.
my website is a Welsh name, a Welsh word. It's Cariad, CARIAD, spiritual.com. So Cariad
Perfect.
means love.
And I'll go ahead and put that in the chat for people. All right. Well, we look forward to hearing your thoughts. If you do like the book, I think you will love the book. Please write a review on Amazon after you purchase it. It means a lot to all of us. And Angela, thank you for what you do in the world and for bringing all of us next step closer to our true essence of who we are and why we're here. Blessings.
Bless you, Sevante.
Bless you, baby. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. And I wish you a beautiful, blessed night. Angela, get some sleep. I know it's late where you are in London. Thank you to all, wherever you are in the world. God bless. Take care.
Nostar.